Hey, it's John from SurfFX, and are you a big lad like me but want to go wing foiling? Well, this is your board you should be looking at. The wing board from Starboard. This is the 7-footer, it's 140 liters, super stable, nice and easy to get going on. Being 7 foot, it also lets you use this board comfortably as a SUP foil board, so you get a kind of a 2-in-1 with this. It's really nice. So what makes this so good? Well, volume, it's floaty, and it's stable. And a lot of that volume is packed into the rails. So there's a slight concave to the deck, so it's really nice and great to have your foot kind of centered up. You can feel where it is, almost like a skateboard. But that thick rail just gives volume and stability, so that's not, it's harder to get that rail in the water when you lean on it. So keeping it nice and flat on top. That also translates well into when you touch down. So if you accidentally touch down, you're not going to catch a thinner, sharper rail. The fat rail just kind of lets it bob back up, and you can recover and get going. Through that concave deck leads back into really nice areas in the tail that kind of just drain away. So it's not super deep that you're going to get a lot of pooling on it or anything like that, but as soon as it lifts up, they have designed that into it that you do just get flow, and over the tail it goes. More so, if you are getting a few waves and kind of punching through some white water and it just rolls over the deck, it's just going to drain away straight off the back. So they've got enough rocker in these to kind of keep the nose up nicely, but not so much that it's just going to be like catching all the time. You don't want it catching a lot of wind. So it's more that they've kind of thinned out through the nose to get rid of some volume there, through the very tip to kind of give it a little bit of extra rocker, while the top layer is still quite flat. So rocker through the whole board, you can see it here. It's kind of here the nose starts, and from here back is almost dead flat. So what that is, that's just speed. You want to get this board, the flatter surface like that is going to plane up earlier to release and get onto the foil, and that's purely what it's about. Now, having a look at the bottom, you see that it is very channeled up. So what the channels do, they get the water flowing. So something that they've done with the windsurf boards over the years and years, and the high-end slalom stuff, the water channels through, you got big flat areas, and it just allows the board to plane and release. So it's all about getting the release. We really see that through the back when you got these bigger cutaways, and that's something that they do on a lot of the windsurf boards, is that the cutaways to the tail mean there's just less drag, less physical contact, and that's really what you want. So you got volume there with actual foam, but as soon as it lifts up, the water releases off those straight edges, and this just cuts the drag. You can see there, this little black mark, well, that's the handle. So handle in the bottom makes it really easy to carry with the foil, and just, it's all about just making it a bit more comfortable to get going. Foil boxes, they got a really good positioning on these. They kind of line up underneath the back foot strap inserts, and that just lets you, have it in a good placement, but not so far back that, you're just constantly, trying to struggle to get the tail up. You can get your foot over the back of it to give it a little bit more leverage and lift it up. So having that 7-foot length is a real nice, easy thing to, you want, when you're learning, it's nice to go out and just go across lightly, even almost before you're foiling. A little bit of length really helps that. And again, if you want to use this as a SUP foil board, not too bad, because you've got enough length to comfortably paddle it. Now, they have put in foot straps, which is pretty awesome. So this is the Light-Tech construction, super well priced, and to get a board at, these are $13.99 here in Australia, so really well priced on these boards. They have a heavy reinforcing of a more timber area. They actually use Australian pine for the whole deck area, so where you're standing, where you're getting to your knees, it's all reinforced and built up nicely, and you've got big foam inserts in here that the foot straps mount to. So you got enough inserts there that you've got a huge range. You can have them straight down the middle, you can have them off to the side, but you can really kind of move around and work out where you want your foot strap placement if you want to run foot straps. These Starboard wingboards, they're also available in a full blue carbon. Now, they are a bit lighter and a little bit stiffer, but the cost-wise is pretty decent. So value for money for a beginner wingding board for wing foiling. The Starboard wingboard, particularly in the 7.0 size at 140 liters, perfect for a bigger guy.